I want to just talk about a minor thing I noticed between this game against the Wizards and yesterday's game against the Magic. That's just something that we really should be cleaning up and just have a direction of what we want to do. So the situation is a big is guarding Hart, and before the Magic game we hadn't seen this in a while, where they stick Sar on Hart. In the Magic game it was Goga on Hart, and you can see that Sar is just able to chill out in the paint. So we're gonna have Cat at the screen, but Sar's just already anticipating help. He's not really too concerned with Josh, and then he's just constantly in help. So he can switch back onto Cat here because it's in the post, and then Sar's just always in a position to help because we're just putting Hart in a corner, right? You're gonna see the same thing here. Sar's in help, Hart's just sitting in like the dunker spot, and then Sar doesn't even follow him to the other side of the court. He just stays where he is, paint's clogged, and then tough layup. And then last one here, same thing. Look, this is on the strong side. Hart's in the corner as a spacer. I mean, Hart's been an incredible three-point shooter. If you want to just make this pass and let him shoot it, that's totally fine. But Sar has the length here to recover, so he's just staying right where he is, ready to help out again. Right? So he's just going in and out of the paint, always ready to help. And that's kind of the Wizards' defensive strategy. And the confusing part to me is that's what the Magic did too. But in the Magic game, we relentlessly put Goga into the action. Every time Goga was on Hart, he was always in a pick and roll, or Hart had the ball and was initiating offense. If Goga was guarding Cat, we had Cat come up and set the screen. So Goga was never able to not be in the action, and what that means is the paint is more open because the rim protector is pulled out. So you can see OG finishing here. Here's another example where Hart's going to be initiating with the ball. So you can see because Hart has the ball, Goga has to guard him. Goga has to be in the action versus Hart just in the corner as a spacer. So now that Goga's in the action, you're going to see a pick and roll where Hart sets the screen. So Hart sets the screen, there's an empty side pick and roll. Look at how open the paint is. And the rim protector is pulled out. So pick and roll, easy layup. And the really confusing thing is we did it against the Wizards too, where Hart was a screener. But the frequency at which we did it was just way less. And one thing we didn't do in the Magic game that we try to do here is get Cat post-up touches, right? Because if the big is on Hart, that means the smaller player is on Cat. And then here, we're just going to get Cat a post touch. But because Sar is not respecting Hart and he's already in help, the Wizards had a game plan. Every time the play was supposed to Cat, Sar would switch back onto Cat. So here's the switch, and he's already in position to switch. And then now it's just Cat posting up on Sar, which is honestly, it's like a fine play, right? If that's the intention of the play. But we have to know that the defensive scheme that they're running is to switch that every time we run a play for Cat, right? Here's the play, Cat post up. Look at Sar because he's already in a help position. They're just going to switch here, right? So now it's just back to normal offense. You're basically calling this play to post up Cat on Sar, which again, if that's what you want to do, that's fine. But you have to know that you're not going to get a mismatch against a smaller player. There's going to be a great cut by Mikhail, great pass by Cat. It's good offense. But like just the theory behind how you want your offense to run. And this is what I'm talking about, right? Like we use Hart as an initiator in this game as well. Look at how open the paint is. It's like the same exact scenario you saw in the Magic game. And we use Hart as a screener in this game too. But I would say in this game, it was more like it was 50-50. In the Magic game, Goga was in the action 100% of possessions. Like look at this play, right? This is exactly why Hart should have the ball. When Hart has the ball, you pull Sar out of the paint. Sar has to defend this action, which ultimately leads to the Cat post-up that we called multiple times. But just because Hart initiated this instead of just entering the ball to Cat, then Cat has so much more room to operate. The second thing here is the Wizards are playing drop. So every time you bring Sar into the action, it's just going to be drop coverage. And we know that Brunson is incredible against drop, right? So to me, it just made no sense that we didn't have Hart set the screen every single play, especially because in the Magic game, we had Hart set the screen every single play. And we had a previous Hart video where we talked about if they're playing so deep off of him, you have to be aggressive here. Like, you just have to shoot this. But even if you don't shoot this, right? Look at what happens when you're part of the offense and you set the screen. Because the drop is so deep, Brunson gets to come off the screen with a lot of space. Pump fake, gets a foul, and one. right? So Hart just has to be in the action every time defenses play the scheme where they just stick a center onto Hart. I thought that we figured that out against the Magic because we literally ran that play 100 times. But then immediately next game, we kind of went back to not doing it. So again, just minor details that I'm sure will be cleaned up, but just wanted to point it out to why it matters and why Hart being a part of the offense matters.